Hi, I'm Mary. Welcome to Mary's Rack. I'm a secondhand stylist. That just means I style people in all secondhand clothes. So that means I thrift a lot. And today I'm actually headed up kind of northern Louisiana to Natchitoches, Louisiana. And when I leave the city, I love to thrift. I'm actually traveling up to Natchitoches, Louisiana because I'm teaching some improv and judging a theater competition, like a high school theater competition. I'm actually very excited about it. But on the way, I figured I would stop at some thrift stores because personally, I love thrifting in places that aren't major cities. I like thrifting not in New Orleans because there's just less people thrifting, I find. And I just find cooler stuff because I don't know, in the country or more rural areas, they're really not looking for the stuff that I like. They're looking for I don't know what they're looking for, but I always find good stuff. So I was like, I'm going to stop at a couple places on the way to Natchitoches, and I'm going to take you with you. But I'm going to take you into one of my favorite things to do that I've never shared with you two before, and that is called thrift store reviews. So I'm going to try to find a thrift store to stop at, and I'm going to look at some reviews right now, and I'm going to take you with me. So are you ready? I hope so. On the way to where I'm going is a town called Alexandria. I've never been to Alexandria, or at least I can't remember ever going to Alexandria for any reason. So I was like, why not check out some Alexandria thrift stores? So it looks like they have a Salvation Army, a St. Nicholas thrift shop, a Bunny Bread outlet store. Oh my God, there's a flea market. Should I go to a flea market? This person 5 months ago gave the flea market 1 star, and the review just says, just sucks. Very helpful. This person gave 1 star and they just said, okay. This person gave 1 star and said, nice. Confusing. This person gave 1 star and said, dirty. This person gave 1 star and said, junk. This person gave 1 star and also said, sucks. Let's go to something else. Let's see. There's a Goodwill Industries in Alexandria that's got 140 reviews. 6 days ago, they got a 1 star review. This person said, I bought a Cuisinart combo coffee maker, single cup maker yesterday and it didn't work. Took it back, exchanged it for a Singer sewing machine. It doesn't work. What has happened to Goodwill? I will be taking it back tomorrow. Be aware, you can't trust anything from Goodwill to work. I'm so disappointed. It's kind of a risky take with used goods, and they do have a really good return policy at Goodwill for electronics. I'll give that to them. If you're going to review something and not write why you give it 2 stars or anything less than 5 stars, then don't review it, because I want to know why it lost stars. I want to know your judging, what you use to judge. That's what I want to know. Don't waste your time reviewing something if you're not going to tell me why. And then I can judge you if I think you don't leave a good review. This person gave this Goodwill 3 stars and they just said, found nothing. I don't think a thrift store deserves a 3-star review just because you don't have any luck. That's not how it works. It's interesting about this Goodwill is there's a lot of people complaining about the prices in it over the last 5-6 months, which is when I've really noticed Goodwill has really upped their prices. And I don't know how many flippers there are in Alexandria. Surely there are some as well, but it just sucks to see a lot of people, just seemingly regular people, I'm assuming, that just like to shop at Goodwill saying, I can't shop here anymore, it's very overpriced. Review after review that are not good are just people saying everything is too overpriced. Okay, this Goodwill maybe isn't where I want to go. Oh, here's a Salvation Army that closes at 5. Oh my God, this person is after my heart. At this Salvation Army, they left a review that is 3 paragraphs long, and it includes a pros and cons list. It's my kind of girl. All right, I'm going to go to this one. Salvation Army in Pineville, Louisiana. I'm going to you. I hope you don't let me down. All right, I don't know if anyone else, when they're on a road trip, really, really, really prioritizes good road snacks, but Pineville has 1 point in my book because not only did they have these dill pickle flavored sunflower seeds at the Circle K, which I'm very excited about, but I'm also really impressed because they have a vegan protein shake. So I've never had this before, so hopefully I'll like it. But I love a road trip snack. I love a convenience store snack, and it's always fun to find something new, you know? Okay, the next stop is the Pineville Salval, so we'll see if there's anything good in store. Welcome to the first thrift store of this trip. I hope you guys don't mind that I like to do vlog style thrift with me's, and if you do mind, then I might not be the person for you, because this brings me way more joy than just the rote typical thrift with me's. Pros about this thrift store: dirty, disorganized, cheap prices, pretty dark, no one was there. I loved it. I loved this thrift store. Watching back this footage, I have no idea why I left this dress because I just love it so much. I know I left this shirt because I have so many long sleeve shirts and patterns in this size. I think it was a large or an extra large, which is the thing I have the most of in the shop. I hate puns. I really hate puns, and I really don't like this one. I left this jacket just because I don't need another jacket, but I did love it. I don't know why I left this. It was like a wool blend from Italy. It's so cute, but I couldn't tell you why I left it. I kind of regret leaving this one too. And then there was one right next to it that was obviously donated by the same person, also from Italy, but a different brand, I think. Or no, it was the same brand, but how cute is that? I should have taken one of those. This purse, oh my God, I love these like obnoxious 80s patchwork bags. I don't like all of them, but if they're a good colorway and they're in good condition, I'll pick them up. It's hard to find them in good condition. Oh, I love this bag. Didn't get it though. It was missing all of its bejeweled pieces. This little bag had me wondering. It had a really cute lock. It was leather. It's not in perfect condition, but I just really love the shape and like the locking mechanism on it. And what eventually sold it was when I put it on. I think it hangs really cute on the body. So I was like, someone's gonna love this. I found this cute belt, but it wasn't in the best condition. And then I looked back at the rack and realized that it was spinning uncontrollably. And then right in front of me was the same exact belt, but in good condition. I just think that's magic. Sometimes when I get overwhelmed in thrift stores, I always just look at the accessories because people always overlook the accessories at thrift stores, and I have luck there, and they're usually less crowded. So, and sure enough, I found some good accessories. Found those good purses, and then look at this metal braided belt. I love this. Oh my God, if you were going for like a 1970s look, this would be so fun. I tried it on just to see about what the waist size would be. Here I am, speed thrifting. I think when you watch these clips, you can truly see how neurodivergent I am. Because the way that I scan racks and look around the room and hop from thing to thing and just kind of follow what feels fun is very obvious. I left that tropical dress because I have too many. I'm trying to be so picky right now. Like if I don't have a client for it, I am trying to leave it. Oh, I just wanted to show you this Sprite bottle somebody left in this piece of clothing for sale. Okay, so this is what I do. I mean, I do this at most thrift stores, not just ones where all the lights are off. But I bring it up to the window area so that I can get more natural light and check for any damage. This is really the best way to see the condition of things. And it's never served me wrong. I always do like one more look over for quality. Okay, the first thrift store was pretty good. Lots of interesting things, which is kind of what I expected, and low prices, which is what I really like. And then I just found this other one nearby that seemed like it had really good reviews. It was called Two Sisters on Google, but it's not really called that. It's Rolling Hills Ministries thrift store, so we're going to check this one out. Sometimes these little church thrifts are dope. Fingers crossed. It's not a waste of my time. Welcome to one of the weirdest thrift stores I've ever been to. And I really mean that. So it's beautiful at first glance. It's really well organized. And then I start seeing weird things like free Christmas mugs, one per customer. I did not take a free Christmas mug. This wall of tampons. I mean, there were so many boxes. They were on both sides of this rack. I did buy some. This Shamu stuffed animal that I really wanted unreasonably. This Build-A-Bear dinosaur puppet, which I also really wanted. I have to avoid toys, guys, because I love toys. Look at Bozo. If I look at toys, I think I should own all these toys. Why do I want all these toys? I'm a grown woman. This Bozo was $7 though, so it was pretty easy to turn down. So once I got the lay of the land of the thrift store and did a quick little overview, I started looking at the clothes, and this blazer was the first thing I found, DKNY, and it was pretty deceiving because that was probably one of the coolest things I found at this thrift store, but it didn't stop me from continuously looking. Oh my God, look at this cute little like goth prom dress from the 80s. As far as clothing goes, this spot is not the best, but toys, look at this 1980s McDonald's play set. Ugh, I love it. I love it. I love toys. Blue tags for 50 cents, so I found this blue. This is the only blue tag I found, but I think it was a good one, a cute little pink pearl snap. Here I am sorting through the clothes next to the giant wall of tampons. This thrift store had a lot of new stock, I don't know what kind of deals thrift stores work out, like liquidation deals or something, but when I see tampons like this, it is a little sad because it seems like these should be going to a shelter, and I know for a fact there was a shelter nearby to this thrift store, so I don't know, that's conflicting for me, but I have no control over that. They also had like a wall of curling irons, new in box, that had all been tested and worked, and they were all half off, and I had forgotten my curling iron, so I got one for $4. I found this vintage Avon soap, and I just thought the packaging was really beautiful. I resisted buying this so bad. Look at this. Look how cute this is. I have no use for this. And then look, another one. How cute are these little soaps? And they still smell so fragrant. But they're old as hell, and I just could not imagine using them. I'm in Natchitoches, and the local television station has like these 3 men. It looks like Anchorman, honestly, the commercial for the local television station. And now I'm watching the weatherman. There he is. And he just said, now he was showing rain for like whatever, next Monday or something. And he goes, now keep in mind, the size, placement, and time of this could change. This is just forecasted. Weathermen, do they do anything? Are their jobs real? Hello, friends. I have made it to my hotel. It's actually, I'm about to check out of my hotel. I did the workshop yesterday. It was awesome. I had to turn kids away at both times. It was very popular. So, with that being said, I thought maybe I should just show you what I thrifted so far on this little road trip. I might go thrift again today on my way back to New Orleans. I haven't quite decided yet. I have to teach one more workshop today, and then I'm done. And so I'm like, if I'm feeling energetic after the workshop, I might make a stop on the way home. So I want to show you everything that I got at those 2 thrift stores. Okay, first up, this is just a plain white linen tank. It's 100% linen. It's like in pristine condition. It's Eileen Fisher, which is a nicer designer, if you will. Oh, I bought this long skirt with this awesome paisley print. I've been having a lot of people ask me for fun long skirt options, and I've actually not had that many in stock, so I love this one. I like the color, I like the print, so snagged it. The prices at these thrift stores were my kind of thrift prices. It was the prices that I wish we had in New Orleans. This is an interesting one, but I think I have a client for it. It's also 100% linen, and it's this Liz Claiborne, like, stiff tan skirt. It is very, like, safari-esque, but I could picture a really cool outfit with it, and it's got belt loops. I have some ideas in my head, so I got it, and I was like, I think I have somebody for this, but if not, it's just a really good piece, and I'm excited to have it. This one is a cotton linen blend, which you guys will notice, and y'all probably already know this because you've watched a lot of my videos, but I try to prioritize material over designer. Like, if the designer is some cool designer, but the material is like an itchy polyester, I might not pick it up. Whereas I'll pick up Sanctuary in a cotton linen blend all the time, and I think Sanctuary is just like a Macy's brand, or I'm not sure where they sell it anymore, like Nordstrom or someplace like that. But it's a pretty basic, brand. But this is cotton linen, and that's a really great blend. It's a nice shirt. So yes, I prioritize material. I did wind up getting this purse. I showed it in the thrift. It's got this little locking mechanism. I really try not to buy purses for the shop, y'all, because it's actually just not something people buy from me very often. People are always like, you should accessorize the outfits more. Well, then I have to keep accessories in stock. And the thing is I can't really afford to keep things in stock that aren't selling, if that makes sense. So I try not to buy that many purses. If I had like a traditional storefront, I think I would. But this one was just really cool. It is leather. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but I just think the design is so cool. Someone is really gonna love it. I think it could be a really good everyday purse for the right person. This one broke my heart because I really wanted it to fit me, but it did not fit me. I was thinking about wearing it while getting ready for my wedding, because I really want like a robe, something that I like, maybe vintage. I'm gonna find something. I find vintage robes all the time. And I liked that this one was green and gold, and I'm getting married on Mardi Gras Day, so I was like, oh, it's kind of Mardi Gras-y. I think I have a client lined up for this. It's just a really beautiful turtleneck sweater. It's 100% cotton. Basic, but isn't it so darling? I like the color. I love this color. Y'all know I love this color. I'm kind of wearing it right now. Oh, I got this little Y2K sweetheart. I think this is Y2K. Y'all tell me what you think. Another 100% cotton. It's got a limited tag on it, which also is a Y2K giveaway. How cute is this? I have a client coming up whose style is Scandinavian and like Parisian influence, so I've been looking at lots of neutrals for her and lots of like interesting neutrals. Like I think this might be a really interesting kind of like neutral piece. Like it's classic stripes, it's classic colors, classic silhouette, but something about it is a little different. Actually, I think the silhouette is a little different. It's kind of like a cropped sweater with a collar, which I think is what makes it like an interesting piece. But I love this. I love this piece. Moving on. Accessories. Yeah, so you saw the belt, and this is another thing I find in small town thrifts. It's like, even if the clothes aren't necessarily like maybe the best quality, or I'm having a hard time, because I was kind of having a hard time in this thrift where I found this, like it was disorganized, which I kind of like, but I was having a hard time at first finding good stuff. And I was like, okay, I need to go look at accessories, because accessories at places like this usually don't steer me wrong. And like for sure, this is one of those things. It's like this braided metal belt with this bejeweled belt loop. This is just a very cool piece that would make an outfit. I move through statement pieces like this at a surprising rate. Like you'd think that this kind of stuff would stay in my inventory for a long time, but it truly doesn't. This is the kind of stuff that I move through decently fast, because it's hard to find good quality statement pieces. This is a heavy metal belt, very 70s vibes. Oh, and then I found this really cool rainbow braided belt. I found two, and one was in lousy condition, and I was bummed. And then I found this one, and I was like, oh my God, it's the same belt, but in better condition. So it's like brand new. It's a rainbow braided belt. I friggin' love this belt. So that was one thrift store. This was the other thrift store. This blazer. This might be my favorite find of the whole trip. I don't know. I think it might be. It's this vintage 100% silk pin stripe. It's so wrinkly right now, so it's not going to do any justice, but it's a size 12. It kind of fits me, honestly, but it's going to fit somebody else better, I think. This really beautiful pair of denim. They say they're a 12 tall, but they're vintage. They're 100% cotton, so like a heavy cut. I got them because they're a tall, which when I find a tall vintage jean, I buy it, because I do get tall clients that I'm able to style in tall vintage jeans, which I love being able to do, because that always catches them by surprise. Like when you have a client that's like, you know, almost 6 foot tall and no pants ever fit them in the length, and then you can bust out like 4 pants in a row that fit them in the length, it's just like mind blowing for them. So when I find talls, I try to buy them if they're good, you know? I went back and forth on this one. It's just this little 1970s polyester Sears top. I think it's Sears, yeah. Sears top. I think it's so darling, and I'm glad I got it. But I've been going back and forth on these like little vintage polyester tops, because they are a poly, and that's not the most comfortable thing. But this one's like a lighter poly. It's not that thick 70s one, so I went with it. And I just think that the colors are really pretty. This was 50 cents, so I couldn't leave it. It's the pearl snap button. I think I showed it. Pink striped button down. A little lady western wear. She's a little lady. Ooh, these are cool. This is a pair of like dark green wash vintage Levi's. Ba-bam, ba-bam. There's no back pocket. I actually don't know how old they are. There's no interior tag. The only reason I know they're Levi's is because they have the butt tag, but there's no other tag. So I really wonder how old these are. I can date them, I think, via this tag. So I just need to like sit and look. But aren't these cute? I love the color of them. I'm thinking they're 90s. Oh, this is my favorite item. This was the item that deceived me. It was the DKNY contrast collar blazer. This was the first item I found in the second thrift store. And I was like, oh no, this is about to be a great thrift store. And it was just okay. But DKNY, gorgeous houndstooth, gorgeous contrast collar. I mean, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. You may notice that I don't sit here and tell you how much I spent on things, and I might sometimes, but for the most part I don't like doing that, because I think that contributes to the whole like, well, it's only this much money, I need to get it. And I really want to push away that mentality. It's not my vibe. So yeah, I don't focus on the price of these items. I will say I am pretty cheap at the thrift, so you can guess that almost everything that I buy is going to be under $10. How's that sound? Sound good? Oh, then I just got a funky pattern button down. I noticed that I was running out of smaller tops, like cute smaller tops, and I found this one and I just thought it was really bright. OG Mary's Rack fans know that I love a Hawaiian print anything, especially a Hawaiian print button down. So when I find them and I like them, I get them. I think that's everything. Oh, this purse. This purse. Look at this purse. It is so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. I'm hoping I can get it in somebody's hands before Mardi Gras. And then speaking of Mardi Gras, Kristen's so mad at me for getting these, but I bought a set of four Mardi Gras glasses that look like this. They're double-sided. I love them so much. I have a glassware obsession, and Kristen has forbade me from buying more glassware, but I continue to buy glassware because we still have space for it. All of the cups in our house are really fun cups. Okay, well that's everything I've got so far, and I might make another stop, and there might be another haul. We'll see. What a fun little thrift excursion. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna go teach another workshop. Bye. And now a break for this week's sponsor. Just kidding. This channel's not big enough to have a sponsor yet. But in this space where maybe there'll be a sponsor one day, I want to use this time to say to you, please like this video or comment on it or engage with it in some way. If you're really liking my video and you don't subscribe to my channel, I would love you to subscribe. But if you've made it this far in the video, you definitely owe me a like because you're enjoying it. This is a lot of work making these little YouTube videos, and I like making them, but I need people to engage with this content because I need this content to go to more people so that I can keep making it. And yeah, that's what the sponsor is of the video today. You liking this video. You're the sponsor of this video. Congratulations. Have you ever sponsored a video before? You did now. Ignore this. Okay, back to the video. Okay, I'm about to get back on the road, and I think I'm gonna go through Lafayette. I love Lafayette, and maybe stop at a thrift store. And also, since the last time I was visiting Lafayette, it looks like they've had a lot of little independent, like, vintage stores pop up. So I might hit a regular thrift, and then I want to kind of go see what those little vintage stores looks like. I'm curious. They look like mostly t-shirt bros, which is fine. It's not really my vibe, but they might have, one of them is calling itself just like a regular vintage shop, so I think I'm going to check it out. But I might go to their Salval or their, I don't know. I haven't decided what thrift I'm going to go to yet. There's a lot of thrifts in Lafayette, and I've had a lot of luck thrifting in Lafayette, so I don't know. There's little ones like Mimi's Attic, that's not open, but there's a family thrift store, which is like a really big Salvation Army kind of vibe, and then they have their own, obviously they have their own Goodwill chains. I think I'm going to go to the Goodwill in Scott, which is basically Lafayette, because I've been in that Goodwill before and it's huge. So I'm going to go there and try my luck. That's what I'm going to do. Because the Salval that's near the vintage shops looks to be mostly furniture, and that's kind of a waste of my time. So Scott Goodwill, which is actually right next to the Scott bins. But their bins suck, unfortunately, because they just put them out one time a day and then that's it. I might go in there and just see, but last time I went, it was a little kind of a waste of my time. I mean, I got some things, but it was mostly a waste of my time. So anyway, I am hitting the road again. Congratulations. We're hitting the road again. We've made it to the Goodwill in Scott, Louisiana. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. I'm just going to go in and do a little thrifting. I cried my makeup off because I was listening to Go the Distance from Hercules and thinking about my wedding. So I just cried all my makeup off, but I'm going to go in. As you can see, this is a very large Goodwill. I actually did record all of this voiceover like while I was filming it, but the music was so loud you could hear Beat It by Michael Jackson like perfectly, so I have to voice it over. Anyway, there were no push carts at this thrift store, and it really threw me through a loop. I had a really hard time adjusting. I had to like go put my stuff back in my car, and I had to downsize. It was a whole thing. I thought I was gonna leave immediately because I'm not good when my little routine changes, but I stuck it out, y'all. I stuck it out. Okay, first up was this little belt that I really liked. I ultimately decided it wasn't real leather, but it was a very good leather dupe, and I just liked the little belt buckle, but I left it. Underneath it, you can see this little New York & Company shirt, which is so cute. I love it. I did wind up leaving it, but I did notice that this shirt and the two behind it, and I actually found a few others, were definitely all donated by the same person. They were all roughly the same size. They were all from like the same kind of era of clothing, and they were all from like the same stores. I was like, this was one woman's donation for sure. But I wound up leaving both of these little white shirts that I'm about to show because, once again, when I bring them up to the daylight, I find damage that I don't see under the fluorescence. So that's one of my biggest suggestions to you when you're thrifting is before you go check out, go stand by the closest outside light that you can find, and give those pieces a really good look over, because I regularly miss stuff even doing that with the best light possible. So can't recommend it enough. I put this little black shirt back. I don't know why I even grabbed it. I hated the neckline after I looked at it for a little while. Look at this little Easter dress. I couldn't figure out if it was vintage. I'm sure I could figure it out if I Googled or whatever. The material felt vintage. You can kind of see it's that, like, I don't know, that more like shiny polyester, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was maybe a silk, but it's not. It's definitely a poly blend or something. It's very Eastery. Also, it's got this little bottom ruffle hem that I kind of fell in love with. Some lady came up while I was like sorting through my clothes and tried to take this dress. I was like, oh, this is my pile. She was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's okay. I know you can't tell what I'm doing. Anyway, I left the zebra dress because it had some armpit discoloration that you can't really see on camera. I could get it out, but I'm trying not to take any project pieces. But this was like a well-structured zebra dress. I loved how thick it was, and I could tell it was probably a gorgeous silhouette on. I love this little preppy button down. I did get this Selena t-shirt. I did not get this because it's out of season. If it were in season, I might have gotten it. Teddy bears and pumpkins on a denim shirt. Be still my heart. Do y'all remember when pants had these little things on the side, little ties? And this brand, this Y2K brand, I actually almost got these, but they did have some staining that you can sort of see. I'm trying to show it to you. Oh my God, this is a handmade dress. Somebody made this. I did get it. I had to get it. I couldn't leave it. How cute is that? I really loved this linen, extra small, kind of maxi button-down dress. Thought the color was really pretty. Oh my God. It literally kills me. This is not my size. This is this incredible Y2K denim wrap dress. I love it. I love it. And this gorgeous Calvin Klein like wedding guest dress. I did leave it. I have too many wedding guest dresses in my shop right now, so I did not take this one, unfortunately. If you follow me on Instagram, then you saw I posted this official Carrie Underwood fan club shirt because I really was loving it and wanted to get it, and people told me to get it, so I did. That Goodwill was weird for a lot of reasons, but one of them was that they played the Goodwill mission over the speakers. It was dark because I've never heard this recording in New Orleans, but out here in like, more northern Louisiana, more rural Louisiana, the overhead announcements are like, here at Goodwill, we don't believe in... Now, I am paraphrasing, but this is how I heard it. It was basically like, we're not here to give charity. We're here to give people a hand up. And then there's another message that plays that says, here at Goodwill, we believe in the dignity of work, and we try to give that to people. Which is so arrogant to make that your goal and your mission, and you pay people trash. It's so arrogant. The dignity of work, the dignity of you paying somebody $7 an hour that they can't live off of. Where is the dignity in that, Goodwill? Anyway, they got another $39 of my money. It sucks. Man. I want to do it better. I want to open a better thrift. Get ready. So welcome. With spots like this, I am always a little hesitant just because, as I affectionately refer to them, the t-shirt boys are not really my vibe when it comes to shopping for vintage. I like a vintage t-shirt a lot, but I don't live and die by the vintage t-shirt, and these stores that have been popping up lately have been like super t-shirt heavy. But this store actually had a really beautiful blend of stuff, and look at all this 90s ephemera. This is my vibe. I love this kind of stuff. So much Disney stuff, and I'm such a Disney adult, so I was really vibing. The whole setup was really cute. They had this huge $5 bin right here that I did wind up going through and finding. Honestly, probably one of my coolest finds of the whole trip. But you can see how it's set up. See, they have some good jackets. They have denim. These are all the button downs. I immediately found a button down that I wanted to buy for Kristen. I got a measurement of it. I asked to borrow a tape measure because I just did not bring mine in. And it was her measurements, and took it home. Fit her perfectly. It's so freaking cute. It's got some bucking horses on it. But I love all these funky pattern button downs, and that's the kind of stuff you don't always see at like the more t-shirt heavy stops. Cute little jackets, more 90s ephemera and art. You guys know I love it. And there's also so much Mardi Gras stuff that I really wanted to show you because we're in Mardi Gras season. And I just love how much Mardi Gras stuff there was. Fat Tuesday, Zanzibar, Mardi Gras party shirt. This was a Mary Englebright Mardi Gras shirt, which I almost got, but I decided I didn't need it. And then this one had like a little 3D effect on it. I like a t-shirt. Look at this. Oh, love it. Love it. 'Tis the season, you know. I was just feeling all the Mardi Gras stuff. Shout out to the owner, Abed. He was really such a sweetheart. And Mike, they were there working on some upcycled denim pieces. When I asked Abed what was in this room specifically, he said the good stuff. And so it was just a lot of vintage Levi's, a lot of heavy denim jackets, and vintage coats. And here's a little piece they were upcycling on the collar. You can see they patched it. It's so stinking cute. I loved that they were doing this. I love reworking stuff and making it a little bit more unique. But overall, man, I love this spot. Thank you, Abed and Mike. Y'all are the best. 10 out of 10 for Habibi Vintage. Definitely check it out next time you're in Lafayette. Hi, okay, I'm back home. Kristen is behind the camera. You want to show yourself in the mirror?
Hello.
Riley is also here.
Ready.
This is the pile of stuff I'm about to show you. Okay, this is the final haul of everything I got on my trip. At that Goodwill that I went to, I did wind up getting that like Eastery dress that I showed y'all with this little pleated hem. I just love it. It's springy. Spring's coming up. Had to get it. Couldn't leave the homemade aquarium dress. How could I leave this? It's cool. It's kind of got like a drop waist. I am a little concerned because there's no zipper in it, which makes me wonder if that's why it was donated. But I think someone with a small enough chest could just like pull it over and it could be a really cute like open dress look. I didn't show this at all. It's like, I got this for a client. It's a linen cotton blend little top. Basic little lightweight sweater top. I showed this. I did get this incredible denim. It's like a 90s does the 70s, I think. Wrap dress. I love it so much. It smells so strongly of a detergent that I am allergic to. I showed this and I did get it. Carrie Underwood fan club, y'all. Enough people told me, like 50 people said get it. So I was like, if 50 people are telling me to buy this, that means someone's gonna buy it from me. So I just had to get it. I did get this little plain button down, which might not be that remarkable to some. I just think the colors are really springy and it's very beautiful. It does remind me of like that phase in 2001 that like all the boys wore this print, you know, but I kind of like that. I think that's kind of funny and like ironic in a way. And I also would love to do some print mixing with this, or like put this under a really bright colorful blazer would be a really fun look for like the office. So I had a vision for this piece. I did get this Selena's t-shirt. Anything for Selena's. Now we're gonna move into everything I got at Habibi Vintage in Lafayette. Shout out to Abed. I did go through his $5 rack and I found a couple of things. The first thing being this ridiculous airbrush shirt. I just love these. It's probably gonna go in my $5 rack, but I just think it's so funny and I had to get it. Next up was a cute little vintage tee that I'm surprised he threw in there, but he said he likes to throw in fun surprises from time to time. So if you're ever there, go through the $5 rack. You might find something really cool. It's this really cool Puerto Rico single stitch vintage tee. It says Viva Puerto Rico, and then this got a little print on the back. I just think it's cute, basic little white vintage tee. I did get Kristen this incredible top, and it does fit her. What do you think of it, babe?
Yeah, I love it.
It fit her really well. I took measurements of it. That's my tip to y'all is if you don't like trying things on the store, bring a tape measure with you and know your measurements, and then you can just, or if you're buying for someone else, like I did with Kristen, like I know Kristen's measurements, so I'm able to measure stuff for her now. And then finally, my actual favorite thing of the whole trip, because it's for me, I got it out of the $5 pile, I've already worn it, is this incredible leather blazer from Habibi Vintage. He was like, you have any idea how many people saw that and just passed it up? And I was like, I don't understand how anyone could pass up 100% leather blazer, even if it's not for them. Like, surely they have a friend that needs 100% leather blazer, but it's just gorgeous. I'm gonna insert a photo of me wearing it. I'm sure you're already looking at it, but this was definitely my favorite item of the whole trip, and thank you so much to Habibi Vintage for it. That has been my thrift road trip series. I am so grateful that you've made it to this point. Please like this video if you haven't yet. Leave me a comment. What was your favorite thing? Is the thrifting like this in the rural areas where you are? Do you live in a rural area where you thrift? I'm always curious what the thrifting is like in other places because I really only have just Louisiana to go off of as my regular test subject. So I'm super curious what it's like for other people. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, y'all. Take care. Bye. You want to know what song I'm really into right now? I have a friend who, if you like playlists on Spotify, her name is Danielle Davis on Spotify, but spelled with a Y instead of an I. And all her playlists are incredible. But my favorite playlist she has is this playlist called Syrupy Sweet. And on there's a song that's called Feels Good. And it just goes, if it feels good, do it. If it feels good, yeah. If it feels good, do it. I love that song. I think it's like my anthem because that's how I live my life. It's like, if it feels good, I do it. Like, if it feels right, I follow my heart. So I get that song stuck in my head all of the time, and it's stuck in my head right now.